What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Media Copilot on LinkedIn Live. All right, I'm super excited to chat with y'all. Today, I've got someone really special to come on. So we're live on LinkedIn, we're live on YouTube, we're live on X, or actually on Instagram too. Welcome, everyone, watching everywhere. So on these LinkedIn Lives, in contrast to my regular podcast, I really like to talk to people who are building interesting and disruptive tools with respect to media and content creation. And today, I am going to welcome Isaac Gili, who has a brand new app / platform called Shuffll, and that's with 2 F's and 2 L's. Isaac, welcome to our LinkedIn Live here with the Media Copilot.
Thanks for having me, Pete. Happy to be here.
Awesome. So I've been hearing about your platform for a while. You've been spending a lot of time building it. And actually, it's funny. I just before the broadcast, I created a video just to sort of prove to myself how easy it is. So I'd had a little bit of a preview before, but I hadn't used it in a while. So I was like, all right, let me see how easy it is. And it was just literally like we're here was 11:01. I think I started at 10:45. And got it done. So
perfect. That's the idea.
Impressive. So it's kind of
so many sleepless nights, so you can get it done in 10 minutes. So yeah. I feel good.
So it's pretty impressive. So let's zoom out a bit, or let's go back to the beginning a bit, and tell me all about yourself, how you got the idea for this app, and what it does.
Okay, so just a bit about myself. I'm a tech geek. I started coding when I was 7 years old. I started 3 companies. 2 of them were startups. I always loved the mixture between AI and creation. So that's basically was like maybe like the seed for like this whole thing. But at my first company, we had a tech consultancy firm that we helped people, companies solve like very complex technological problems. And that was like the first time that I actually had this like idea. It all started with like, trying to create videos to promote our services. I saw others create like super polished videos, like all these companies with like endless marketing funds.
Right.
And I wanted to do the same. So that's how it started. I felt it was like super painful. I talked to like several professionals, and I only got to like a place where I felt like, oh, this is like getting more and more complicated. And when I turned to agencies, it was extremely expensive. As a small business back then, I figured out, oh, like we have to do like something to change it. So that's basically how we started.
It's really like cost prohibitive, like just so people who are watching understand. So you want to go to an agency and you want a professional level video, like you tell me like what typical budget, even if it's something, fairly short, but you want that quality.
Yeah, so I guess like lots of people probably like here even in the audience, like they tried it like at least once. Like they tried to do like a DIY once, and they tried to go to like an agency and like make a video. To make like a decent video, like B2B purposes, it's gonna cost like thousands, if not like tens of thousands of dollars. And today, with all like social media and everything happening, it's more like a consistency is also key to get more engagement and to get like more visibility in like all these platforms, like what we're doing right now. Actually, like this like how you do that. And the alternatives are not amazing, so that's why we came up with Shuffll to basically overcome this like barrier of like creating videos that look decent and are suited for B2B purposes.
Nice. So what are the, I guess, main use cases for someone who might be interested in this? Like what kind of stuff would they want to be creating?
Yeah.
Which is, also like who is sort of the target customer here?
Yeah, so mainly businesses. It can be like small businesses to like enterprise. The idea is to get videos where we have like human in the loop. So we help you even like record yourself. You don't have to do that, but we really encourage you to like create videos that are authentic and you create this connection with your audience. And you can do anything from thought leadership videos to demos, explainers, even like pushing like events and things like that. So the main idea is to get you from zero to a fully ready video in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And can you describe a little bit, the details of like architecting the steps, right? Because as I was going through the process, it's like, I just gave it a concept. It scripted it out for me. It divided things between me sort of live talking to the camera and some essentially AI generated sort of interstitial steps.
Yep.
And, because we got some time here on LinkedIn Live to get into the weeds a little bit, how do you sort of think about that? And also, how do you make it customizable enough and editable enough so that someone, often if right out of the box AI isn't perfect and you need to tweak it, and people can still sort of upload and change things and, basically customize what the AI gives them so that it's like, even though it might get 80-90% there, they need to sort of add that in. So describe that process a little bit.
Okay, so first of all, like that's like a very good question and pretty broad. I'll try to like narrow it down because like it has like so many things that took us like 2 years to build. But I think like we realized that the best approach to like creating videos is to like mimic how videos are being created in the real traditional world, right? Like from like the very beginning, like pre-production, doing like research, like understand like what your services are, your values, your brand voice, everything, to actually creating, coming up with an idea and writing a script, scene structure, and everything. So we do all of this in a very, like I would say, like a very sophisticated way, because when you go through the onboarding, we immediately go and like search for like content that you already have, and we go to your website. So everything that is online and we could like learn about your business, we actually go and we scrape everything real quick. So we teach the model more about your businesses, your values, even your branding and how it looks like. So now we have like a very good starting point. So then we help you come up with a good idea for a video. And this is something that we figured out like lots of people really love. And I think we're going to even like expand like this whole like idea of like, let's help you come up with like the best concept for a video. Let's look at your competitors, like what they're doing. Let's look at what's trendy, and like let's like help you come up with like a good seed that you can then like grow to like make like a cool video that has decent content. Because after all, it's not like only like making a video, it's also like having like value in your video. So we then like help you, and we automatically like build like the scene structure and the scenes. So the scenes themselves, so everything like all the text, overlays, everything will be branded, and we'll start generating your script. You can change everything and customize it before you even like hit record, and you like basically did like 85% of the work before you even like started like recording yourself or like doing like a
Mm-hmm.
voiceover. The idea is to mimic how video is being created in like the real world process, and also the idea is to cover like almost like if you had like a full AI production team doing everything for you, like the script writer, even like someone who will help you like record yourself, like cameraman and everything. After you record yourself, we'll help you with that. We'll do like all the magic of like post production. So we'll clean up your voice, fix your lighting, like auto trim, like do everything, add overlays, so you look great and you get like a professional video at the end. That's the process.
That's awesome. Yeah, I saw that. I was really impressed, surprised pleasantly that when all I did was sort of put in my email, and I think it just inferred from that, from my website, all the background that's there. And when it came up with the suggestions of what I wanted to create, just less than a minute later, it was like all this stuff that was super relevant to my work. Of course, there's just training people about AI and how to use tools and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And so, I laid out a very simple thing. It blocked it all out in 4 or 5 steps, scripted it for me. I went in, edited it, could upload my own assets. I was doing it in 10 minutes, but if I had just a few more minutes, I would have done my own little screen grab and then put it up there.
Probably.
And I probably will do that as soon as we're done here.
You should.
Probably publish it.
You should, because like I think like it's a key to like get like lots of content out there, which is also valuable. So you don't go like below like a standard of like the values in your brand identity and your brand voice, but still you get like a very good like throughput of like how many videos you create like every week. We have people creating 12 videos a day.
Oh,
Or
wow.
15 videos a day, and now they have like a schedule for like this like whole month or 2 months ahead. So this is like a very good strategy, and like we see like a lot of people like already like making Shuffll a part of their strategy, content strategy. Even we're even thinking about like creating this basically like content calendar in Shuffll, so you can plan out how to do it with also like your colleagues. So like a cool thing is that you can prepare everything and let your colleague be like in front of the camera and record themselves. So now you create this like brand like ambassador thing with your colleagues or employees.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think, you're kind of describing now like, how to sort of ease into it. And so for brands and people who are kind of like, okay, I'd like to try this out. What is the first step? Like, they probably already have a video production process. I think for folks who
Yeah.
don't have one, I think it's almost like a no-brainer. But the thing about, you're already doing some video, you want to sort of see that this could be complementary to what you're doing. So in terms of like, the output that you have, now you can sort of turbocharge it a little. Basically this can attach onto that for, I guess, shorter, quick turnaround videos, and then
Exactly.
slowly but surely you kind of like build it into more of your process.
So I guess, and that's a fair point. Like you shouldn't like replace like everything. So like if you have an agency, I think that like probably like many agencies will adopt Shuffll as like part of their services. So they will use it like to provide like good service to their clients. But I think that like what you should have is like maybe like do like with your agency, make like the content strategy, come up with like the right way to create like super like like well produced videos with like crazy cameras and like filming crew and everything, and you do it like once in a quarter or like once like in like every 6 months. But if you want to create like this consistency and like push videos out like all the time, and definitely you should, I think Shuffll would be like the best approach to do that. And like you have like so many things today that you have to cover making content, it because we're now doing live.
Yeah.
So you face the issues there. I think like any tool or platform that can help you like uh, uh, become like more than just like yourself, like you're like a team. And that's like what I love about AI is that like we are on a mission to like empower people, to like help them make something that they couldn't before, or like help them behave like they're like they have like their all like a full team around them, backing them up, helping them create videos. I think that's the approach, and that's how you should like incorporate Shuffll, basically to come up with like the right strategy and like actually like execute and make like good content.
So As an AI nerd, I kind of want to know a little bit more about the tech involved. Do you like what sort of can you talk about sort of models or the amount of prompt engineering you had to do or like et cetera? Like what do you use in the background here? To
Okay,
the extent you
so
can talk about it.
lots of moving parts because
Yeah.
so you like everybody that like try to create like a decent video that is also relevant or like come up with even a script. It's not an easy task to like make something that is like looks good, has like good content, has value, and also follows your brand story. So we basically train a specific model for like each client that like onboard like goes through the onboarding. So you have like something that like even if you create videos, it learns from one video to another.
Mhm.
So you have like your own trained LLM model waiting to like learn more about your services and your brand. So that's how we start this whole thing, and we pre-trained the model how to actually make like a good video, how to come up with a hook, how to come up with like a good idea, things like that that are like fundamental if you want to create like a decent type of piece of content. We actually now like are able to create vectorized art, so like motion graphics. So we're going to improve this engine to basically build like infinite number of templates.
Mm.
So it doesn't matter like what's your style, we'll be able to like adapt and like create like more templates. So like it will be like eventually be like endless templates of like motion graphics.
Mm.
And we have like several things that we use like at this third parties, like voice cleanup that like several companies are doing like an amazing job doing today. We work with NVIDIA, so we're part of the Inception program. So we
Mhm.
use like we get like early access to like NVIDIA's models. So we clean up your voice. We do like face touch-ups and like make like the lighting work. Everything, noise reduction, everything that you need in post-production is basically like there waiting to be used basically automatically.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a very thorough description. Thanks for
I'm a
sharing all
nerd
that.
just like you. So.
Yeah, yeah. So I know one of your taglines is "Everything's AI but you,"
Yeah,
which almost seems a bit of almost a value statement in a sense. You know what I mean?
it
Like,
is.
what about folks that think, well, what if I wanted me to be AI? You know what I mean? Like, is AI avatars? Is that a thing that is on the roadmap at all, or is
Yes
it's
and no. So yes, because we don't want to like it's like we don't want to like educate people like and like
Hmm.
fight like the trend, but also like I believe this will become the new boring. Once it gets to
Hmm.
like a certain level and like people will start using it, then you'll see lots of startups and lots of innovation around like how do you detect authentic video? because
Right.
because like
Hmm.
otherwise it's like who's like watching like an avatar like talking, it has like no real value. Like what we make with marketing, and we like even
Hmm.
when we do that for Shuffll, when we come up with like content for Shuffll, it's all about creating the connection between you and the audience. So if you don't create that, like I think you're doing things wrong. If you want to do it wrong, we'll probably like even assist you with that. But we really encourage people to like put themselves in front of a camera, and we'll do all the heavy lifting for you. So now it should be like a no-brainer to actually
Hmm.
use Shuffll and like put yourself in front of the camera.
Yeah, it's smart. I liked what you observed there in that. Well, as AI generated content, whether it's text, video, or whatever, starts to proliferate even more, certainly like there's the stance of like, well, if it's good content, what does it matter? But I mean, the real in the real world, there's a lot of not good content, and the vast majority of that is AI generated, right? So in other words, the filters
Exactly.
that we have are inevitably going to not necessarily ban it, but it will be a factor they take into consideration as the filters, become a very important part of the ecosystem. So
And
if you
also
are,
like
if yeah, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry. Also, you want to like stand out and like make
Yeah,
something real, right? Like, because like what we're doing right now, we would never like use AI avatars to
right.
create it. Even if you like today, you can create like a podcast that like is like all
Yeah.
like AI generated. Who's gonna watch this? Like, it's like it has like no like real value in my opinion. if it was like all AI generated, because what you actually bring to the table is your experience, your knowledge, even your character. Like otherwise, like what's there to follow? And if everybody's using the same tool that you, like in one click you create this like avatar, it's probably like great to create tutorials or something that like you have to watch. But if you want to like find something that has like real value and you want to watch, this is like a bit like harder to execute.
Yeah, I feel like in the world of AI video, the idea of generative video gets a lot of attention,
Yeah,
but it's often just because it's kind of mind blowing what it can create, and I think that's
yeah,
starting to wear off. And now it's kind of like, okay, kind of what good is it, and where's the real disruption happening? And I feel like it's more the process, that's
I
being
agree.
disrupted, that's really disrupting things, like apps like yours and others. But that said, does generative video have a place in this process? I mean,
Yeah.
the thing it's pointed to a lot is like B-roll, but
Yeah,
tell me
like
how
a
you see it.
B-roll content. Yeah, you're right. So like, and this is like a part of like what we want to do, because like even when you make like a video and you have like a film crew, like usually you have B-rolls that are like good shots of like even like your office or like an environment or like some like uh, you want to create this like vibe for every video, and like to create like a good vibe you have to like have like good music, sound effects, and also b-rolls, and we're going to basically like incorporate like all of these. We already started doing like music generations, and this will be like really like on like the best timing ever. So like when the scene changes, you'll see like the music changes, the like background music, also b-rolls that we're like starting to like incorporate very soon. Will be like a big part of this. And this is like another place where you can say there are more abilities that we need to add to make it like a full production team for real. And we're going
Mhm.
to do that.
And it's such a delta in terms of the cost for someone to sort of start using something like this
Yeah.
versus what they needed to do, even 6 months to a year ago. I mean, do you get some pushback or talk in the industry? Like, is the traditional world mad at you, whether it's agencies or just people who make video? Kind of, hey, this isn't good.
I
You're
guess,
putting
I
people out
guess,
of work or
yeah, I
whatever. Is that,
guess.
do you get a little of that?
Yeah, we do. I guess we're not going to like replace. So if you're the Ferrari of videos, and if you make like amazing videos, we're not going to replace that.
Right.
Like, we are going to help those who probably wouldn't come to you, or like they
Mm.
wouldn't come to you for that particular reason, to create like constant content like all the time, and that's like where we want to position ourselves. So the smart agencies, I think, are going to like adopt Shuffll and not try to fight it, because it's another revenue stream for them. So if you're smart enough, you should like embrace this change, but they should maybe like be like more mad about like the previous like pretty amazing tools that you mentioned earlier, like
Mm.
Solar, Runway, ML, that are really like, I think, really pushing the boundaries of creativity and what you can actually make. But probably people were mad about, like yeah, when they invented like when they invented cars, and they used to like use horses. But like that's cool. It's going to open up like new spaces and new ways to create.
Absolutely. And just like, I think I skipped over this when we were talking about the features, but obviously when you create videos, where you put them, it matters a lot. I mean, there's, big networks like YouTube, TikTok,
Yeah.
there's vertical, horizontal. How does it work with that repackaging? Do you create once, format for all?
Yeah. So you can create for like multiple aspect ratios at once. And like a cool thing about it is that we don't need to crop anything, because you
Mm.
created everything on our platform. So it won't look weird. Like the overlays won't get like cropped. It like, so we adjust like everything to be like 9 by 16, 16 by 9, and like 1 by 1 for like usually for like LinkedIn, even though it changes like quite a bit right now. So we do like, you just record once, you get all aspect ratios like ready for you.
Awesome. So projecting forward, 5 years, say, then I feel like that's
Wow.
crazy to project that forward. But
Wow.
like, as generative video gets better, the ecosystem evolves, cost of this doing this kind of thing goes down even more. You add more features. Like, what does the world look like? Like, how is everyone just doing videos? Is everyone doing 100 videos a day, or does it sort of come back around? I mean, like, this is something I always struggle with, because it's like the cost of content's going down. But that said, human attention is finite, right? That's the biggest thing. Human time and attention is now like the most valuable thing. um how
That's a
how
good
does the
question.
world sort of cycle to make that, I don't know, make things, to maximize your time doing things and figuring out things, as opposed to just there being a deluge of content, because obviously that can't continue.
Well, first of all, like Pete, that's like a very, very good question. I wish I could like predict what's going to happen in 5 years, but I guess that there will be this like, so it's always like the same, right? Like you get like lots of like innovation, uh, then maybe like lots of noise also.
Mm,
And what happened with like social media today, with like TikTok, with Instagram, like you have so much content, and now you need to stand out, right? So I think that there will be like lots of like generated content, but people that are like the most creative like thing you could do is to like incorporate people because they bring something real. And now you need to make it unique enough. So I think that there will be like a fight uh, to create something that stands out because the noise would be just like crazy. It's almost like what happened to SEO now.
yeah.
Basically, AI ruined SEO, right? Like you can generate blog posts in like 2 seconds probably,
Mm,
and it will be like a decent blog post. But like, how do you tell which blog is like good? uh, Usually those who are not made with like AI will have like a take, will have like some thing that is like a bit different. And sometimes it's hard to like point what's different there. But the person who created this probably has like authority or probably someone you trust. And I think that with all the noise, you'll need to figure out like who you trust and what's valuable. So there will be a shift, and you'll see like lots of innovation around how do you make something that is also real.
mm, absolutely. um what is your one piece of advice for folks sort of watching this, thinking like, all right, beyond just trying out Shuffle, like, how do
Yeah.
I approach this whole idea of just using AI for my content?
um, First of all, I would say like use AI for like everything, like your communication with your
Mhm.
clients and everything. Don't try to like replace yourself, but like try to do like the heavy lifting, annoying job, the things that you have to do like on a daily basis. Like like try to use AI, because the ones who are going to use AI are going to basically win, because it's like
Mm,
really cost effective to use a tool that can answer your clients like requests, or that can help you produce videos, or can help you whatever, like create like good ads. I guess that the ones who will actually embrace AI will get an advantage in like the next like couple of years. Then it will become like something that everybody uses. Then and that's it. So like
right.
be one of the first. I think it's like short term would be like the best advice.
Nice.
Yeah.
The app is Shuffle, and where can people find you and it?
Just shuffle.com. It's spelled with like two F's, two L's. We had to be special, and yeah, I
And
know.
it helps with the URLs.
Yes, it's like it has to be searchable.
Mm,
But also to like everybody here, like in the audience, like one, we are here to like make like an awesome product. Just like shoot us a message. We'll help you create videos, even like if we have to like make it with you. The whole idea is to help people create great content, and we are here to basically like help you do that. And that's our mission. And we're going to create a product that uh, basically solves this whole issue of like making videos from scratch. So just like feel free, shoot us an email. Tell us like what you think. If we can help, we're here for you. And I would say like definitely try it out, and also try it out like every 2 weeks, because we release a new version almost like every week. So the changes are like so fast. Like the changes like so fast that like you wouldn't even like realize how quickly it is, and like how many things we add like on a weekly basis.
Nice. Rapid
Yeah.
iterations, what you got to do. Isaac, this has been great. Thanks for stopping by LinkedIn Live here to chat with me about what you're doing. Looking forward to doing more videos.
Yes.
And yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Check out Shuffll. Subscribe to my newsletter, The Media Copilot, if you have not already. And we will see you in the future.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you so much.
Take care.